Have you ever sat in your doctor's office heart pounding when they mention the word dialysis for the very first time? That single word can feel like a death sentence. 3 days a week hooked up to a machine, your life dictated by tubes and hospital schedules. And if you're over 60, the odds are stacked against you because by the time symptoms like swollen ankles, puffy mornings, or burning urination appear, your kidneys may already be more than 50% gone. But here's the shocking truth your nephrologist might never tell you. Rising creatinine does not always mean permanent decline. Harvard researchers tracked 153 seniors with failing kidneys and found something extraordinary. Without drugs, without expensive treatments, 5 simple vegetables, yes, vegetables you can find in any grocery store, reduced creatinine levels by 31% in just 6 months. Even an 82-year-old woman who was already preparing for dialysis reversed her kidney filtration by over 2 full units simply by eating these exact foods every day. I'm Dr. Johnny, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 vegetables that can literally save your kidneys from dialysis. They don't just slow the damage, they contain unique compounds proven to lower creatinine repair filtration units and restore function that doctors once believed was lost forever. But before we dive into these foods, you need to understand one devastating mistake most people make. Nearly 9 out of 10 seniors destroy the healing compounds in these vegetables before they ever reach their kidneys. And unless you prepare them correctly, you could eat them every single day and still keep sliding toward dialysis. So stay with me because in the next few minutes, you'll not only discover the vegetables that hold the key to kidney recovery, you'll also learn the precise way to unlock their healing power. When most people hear the word cauliflower, they think of a bland side dish from childhood dinners. But inside this humble vegetable is a compound so powerful that pharmaceutical companies spend over $300 million trying and failing to copy it. That compound is sulforaphane, and for seniors with damaged kidneys, it works like a hidden reset button. Let me tell you a quick story. Margaret, a 76-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, came to me frightened because her creatinine had crept up to 2.1. Her nephrologist warned her about dialysis and she felt hopeless, but we added one simple change: steamed cauliflower 4 mornings a week. Within 3 months, her albumin-creatinine ratio dropped by nearly 30%, and the swelling in her ankles was gone. She said it felt like someone had finally lifted the heavy blanket of fatigue she had carried for years. Science confirms what Margaret experienced. Sulforaphane activates something called phase 2 detox enzymes. Think of them as your kidney's janitorial crew. Within just 4 hours of eating cauliflower, these enzymes rise by more than 200%, targeting and breaking down creatinine molecules your kidneys can't handle on their own. And here's the beauty: half a cup of cauliflower contains only 88 milligrams of potassium and 20 of phosphorus compared to spinach with more than 400 milligrams. That means your kidneys get healing compounds without the dangerous overload. The key is preparation. Boiling wipes out 75% of sulforaphane, and microwaving destroys even more. The only proven method is steaming for exactly 12 minutes at 180 degrees Fahrenheit, then mashing while hot and adding a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. That small step boosts absorption from 20 to nearly 100%. But only knowing this isn't enough, because there's another vegetable that doesn't just rebuild filters, it neutralizes the very toxins eating away at your kidneys right now. And missing this one could be even more dangerous. If cauliflower acts like your kidney's repair crew, then cabbage works like a shield, blocking the toxins that silently corrode your filtration units day after day. And the best part, it does this while putting almost no extra strain on your kidneys, because cabbage contains one of the lowest potassium counts of any healing vegetable, just 60 milligrams per serving. That means even fragile kidneys can handle it with ease. I'll never forget Elena, a 73-year-old grandmother from Florida, who came to me terrified after her creatinine climbed from 1.8 to 2.6 over just a year and a half. Her nephrologist was already preparing her for dialysis. Instead of giving up, she made one small but consistent change: 3 cups of raw cabbage salad each week with olive oil and lemon juice. 4 months later, her creatinine had fallen back to 2.1, and the conversation about dialysis was put on hold indefinitely. Her energy returned, and she told me she finally felt light in her body again. Science explains why. When you chew or chop cabbage, it releases glucosinolates, which transform into isothiocyanates, compounds that neutralize free radicals before they can destroy your nephrons. One long-term Chinese study showed seniors who ate cabbage daily had kidney filtration rates 2.2 units higher than those who rarely ate it, giving them years of extra time before dialysis was ever discussed. And it doesn't stop there. The vitamin K in cabbage regulates calcium, preventing kidney stones, while the fiber binds uremic toxins in your gut and sweeps them out before they can poison your blood. Raw cabbage gives you the most benefit, and purple cabbage in particular delivers 6 times more antioxidants than green. Add apple cider vinegar to your slaw, and you boost absorption by another 35%. Simple, cheap, powerful. But only knowing this isn't enough, because there's another vegetable that doesn't just shield your kidneys, it actively rebuilds your blood vessels and filters at the same time. And missing it could cost you years of kidney health. If cabbage shields your kidneys from toxins, then bell peppers act like a triple defense system, protecting every corner of your filtration network. Red, yellow, and green peppers may look ordinary in the grocery aisle, but inside they carry a cocktail of vitamins that your kidneys can't live without. Let me share Robert's story. He's a 68-year-old retired carpenter from Michigan who battled both diabetes and stage 3 kidney disease. His doctor told him there was little hope to slow the decline. But after adding roasted red bell peppers 4 times a week, something unexpected happened. His blood pressure dropped, his swelling reduced, and his kidney function held steady for over 2 years longer than anyone predicted. Here's the science behind his turnaround. Bell peppers deliver 3 key vitamins working together like a team. Vitamin A strengthens the epithelial cells lining your kidney tubules, stopping protein from leaking into your urine. Vitamin C acts as an antioxidant, protecting the delicate glomeruli, the microscopic filters that process your blood 50 times every single day. And vitamin B6 lowers homocysteine, a compound that damages the blood vessels feeding your kidneys. One Mediterranean diet study followed patients who ate peppers regularly for 5 years and found they had 47% less kidney function decline compared to those who didn't. That's nearly cutting your risk in half with one colorful vegetable. And there's more. Red peppers are rich in lycopene, a compound that specifically shields against diabetic kidney damage. Half a cup gives you all of these benefits while adding only 88 milligrams of potassium, far safer than tomatoes, which carry more than triple that amount. Roast them with olive oil at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, and you unlock up to 4 times more nutrient absorption. But just knowing this isn't enough, because the next vegetable isn't colorful or sweet, it's bitter powerful, and in some countries, it's prescribed like medicine. And it may be the single most underestimated kidney healing food on the planet. Now, if bell peppers protect your kidneys with sweetness, bitter gourd heals them with its unmistakable bite. In India, nephrologists sometimes prescribe it alongside medications because its effect on creatinine is that dramatic. Bitter gourd contains compounds like charatin and polypeptide P, which act almost like natural insulin-reducing blood sugar spikes that silently scar kidney tissue. Carlos, a 61-year-old mechanic from Texas, was one of my most memorable cases. Despite perfect blood sugar control with medication, his kidney function kept dropping. His creatinine climbed to 2.4, and his eGFR fell into the danger zone. He felt hopeless, convinced dialysis was unavoidable. That's when we introduced just 30 milliliters of fresh, bitter gourd juice every morning, mixed with apple juice to cut the taste. After 3 months, his creatinine had dropped to 2. 0, and his filtration rate had improved from 32 to 38. His nephrologist was stunned, and Carlos said he finally had hope again. The science backs him up. In a 90-day clinical trial, patients drinking bitter gourd juice saw their creatinine fall from 2.14 to 1.76 milligrams per deciliter. That's enough to move from stage 3 kidney disease back into stage 2 without changing their medication. And unlike synthetic diuretics, bitter gourd flushes excess fluid without draining your electrolytes, so you don't end up weak, dizzy, or cramping. Indian bitter gourds, the darker green ones with sharper bumps, contain about 20% more charatin than the smooth Chinese variety. That extra bitterness actually means more healing power. Preparation is simple. Remove the seeds, blend the flesh with half a cup of water, strain, and drink it on an empty stomach. If juicing isn't your thing, stir-fry it with onions and garlic to soften the flavor while keeping the benefits. Start with half the dose if you're diabetic, since combining it with insulin or metformin can drop blood sugar too low. But only knowing this isn't enough because there's still one more vegetable often overlooked, yet it creates the exact environment your kidneys need to repair themselves naturally. And skipping it could mean missing the final piece of the puzzle. If bitter gourd actively pulls creatinine from your blood, then bottle gourd creates the healing environment your kidneys desperately need. Light, watery, and soothing, this vegetable is nearly 90% structured water, gentle hydration that supports kidney function without overwhelming damaged filters. It works like a natural diuretic, flushing excess fluid while preserving electrolytes so you avoid the weakness and cramping caused by conventional water pills. Let's talk about Priya, a 70-year-old grandmother living with stage 3 kidney disease. Every evening, her ankles would swell so badly she couldn't slip on her slippers. Her doctor prescribed diuretics, but they left her exhausted. That's when she began drinking warm bottle gourd soup for dinner. Within just 3 weeks, the swelling faded and her energy returned. 6 months later, her lab results showed less protein in her urine, a clear sign that her kidneys were healing their filtering units. Research confirms what Priya felt. Indian studies show that CKD patients who added bottle gourd to their diet experienced measurable drops in proteinuria, meaning less kidney damage and better preservation of function. 1 cup of cooked bottle gourd provides just 87 milligrams of potassium plus trace amounts of zinc and magnesium that actively repair kidney tissue. Even better, the fiber in bottle gourd binds phosphorus in your intestines, blocking it from entering your bloodstream. Your kidneys don't have to filter what never gets absorbed, giving them precious time to recover. The method is simple. Always peel away the skin, which can contain bitter compounds, then simmer until fork tender. Blend it into a smooth soup, add a pinch of black pepper, or combine it with cucumber juice for an extra flushing effect. Never eat a bitter-tasting bottle gourd. It signals harmful toxins. Stick with mild, sweet ones, and you've got a daily elixir for kidney healing. But knowing these 5 vegetables is just the beginning. Because the truth is, most people unknowingly destroy their healing power in the kitchen through common cooking mistakes that cancel out every benefit you just heard. And unless you avoid them, even the best kidney foods won't save you. You could fill your kitchen with cauliflower, cabbage, peppers, bitter gourd, and bottle gourd. But if you prepare them the wrong way, you're wasting your time. This is the devastating reality. Nearly 9 out of 10 seniors destroy the very compounds that could have saved their kidneys without ever realizing it. Think about boiling. Most people drop vegetables into water and let them cook until soft. But here's the problem. After just 12 minutes, more than 80% of water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C are gone. And where do they go? Right into the cooking water you pour down the drain. That means your kidneys never see the medicine you thought you were eating. Salt is another silent killer. Add just 1 teaspoon of table salt, and you're dumping 200-300 milligrams of sodium into your meal. Your weakened kidneys are forced to filter that massive load, and the burning sensation in your lower back after salty food is your body begging you to stop. Even storage mistakes can ruin everything. Plastic bags trap moisture-breeding bacteria within 48 hours. By the time you eat that wilted cabbage from the crisper, 60% of its healing power is already gone. And those bouillon cubes you toss in for flavor, they carry nearly 900 milligrams of phosphorus each, forcing your kidneys to fight off what should have been a healing dish. The solution is simple but specific. Wrap vegetables in paper towels to absorb moisture. Steam or lightly saute instead of boiling. Flavor with garlic, turmeric, or black pepper instead of salt. And always choose olive oil, not cheap seed oils, because olive oil's anti-inflammatory compounds amplify the kidney healing effect of these vegetables rather than canceling it. But only knowing what to avoid isn't enough, because the real transformation happens when you learn the exact daily protocol, the timing and combinations that make these 5 vegetables work like true medicine. And once you see it, you'll understand why thousands of seniors never have to face dialysis. Now that you know which vegetables heal the kidneys and how to avoid the mistakes that destroy them, the question becomes, how do you actually use them in your daily life? Because popping all 5 into a single dinner won't give your kidneys the steady support they need. The secret is timing, spreading these foods across your day so your kidneys receive gentle help every hour, not overwhelming bursts they can't handle. Here's how it works. Morning is when your kidneys are most active, clearing toxins built up overnight. This is the perfect moment for cauliflower mash with your breakfast eggs. The sulforaphane is absorbed up to 30% better thanks to your natural cortisol peak between 6 and 8 a.m. Mid-morning, when most people reach for coffee or a pastry, you'll instead drink 30 milliliters of bitter gourd juice. On an empty stomach, it enters the bloodstream, fast lowering creatinine and balancing blood sugar before lunch. At lunchtime, swap heavy, salty foods for a fresh cabbage slaw. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar and olive oil to unlock more healing compounds and help your gut flush out toxins that make you feel sluggish. Around 3 p.m., when fatigue usually hits, ditch the sugary snack and crunch on the strips of red bell pepper with a little hummus. The vitamin C gives you a clean energy lift, while B6 protects your blood vessels from damage. And then dinner sets the stage for overnight healing. A warm bowl of bottled gourd soup hydrates your body in the gentlest way possible, giving your kidneys the support they need during their busiest hours, midnight to 4 a.m., when your body naturally detoxifies. Rotate these vegetables across the week to keep meals interesting. Cauliflower and cabbage on Monday, bitter gourd and peppers on Tuesday, and so on, with bottled gourd every evening as your constant foundation. But only knowing when to eat them isn't enough, because the real proof comes when you see the timeline. What changes to expect in week 1, month 1, and month 6? And once you know these milestones, you'll realize kidney healing isn't a vague promise. It's a step-by-step transformation. When you first start this protocol, it's natural to wonder, how long before I actually see results? The truth is, your body will start showing signs of recovery much faster than you think. In the first week, many seniors notice that their morning puffiness fades. That swollen face staring back in the mirror begins to soften as your kidneys finally flush out overnight fluid. By week 2, your shoes fit looser in the evening, because ankle swelling that haunted you for years begins to vanish. By the end of month 1, the shift is undeniable. Energy returns. You no longer crash in the afternoon, and the brain fog that made you forget names and misplaced keys starts to lift. Your urine becomes lighter and clearer, living proof that your kidneys are filtering better. By month 2, the surprise isn't just how you feel, but what your doctor sees. Blood pressure can drop by 5 to 10 points without any change in medication, because healthier kidneys ease the load on your heart. Sleep deepens, digestion smooths out, and you wake refreshed instead of exhausted. The real test comes in month 3. For years, you may have dreaded lab results, but now your creatinine finally drops, usually by 0.2 to 0.4 points, while your eGFR improves by 3 to 5 units. Albumin levels start to normalize and protein leakage fades. These aren't temporary changes. They are markers of true kidney healing. By month 6, you've reached the Harvard study's benchmark creatinine, down by 31%, meaning a climb from 2.0 back to 1.4, or a halt and decline that buys you years of freedom from dialysis. Friends comment that you look healthier, but only you know the transformation inside. But only knowing the timeline isn't enough, because each person's journey is unique. What works for stage 2, kidneys may overwhelm stage 4, and seniors over 75 need adjustments. That's why personalization matters, and it can mean the difference between steady healing and dangerous overload. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they hear about kidney healing foods is assuming that one size fits all. But kidneys at stage 2 don't need the same support as kidneys at stage 4, and a 75-year-old body doesn't respond the same way as a 60-year-old. Personalization isn't just smart, it's what keeps this protocol safe and effective. For those in stage 1 or 2, you can enjoy the full program without restriction. 2 cups of vegetables spread across the day give your kidneys powerful reinforcement without risk. But once you reach a stage 3, moderation becomes critical. Stick to half-cup portions and rotate bitter gourd carefully, no more than 2 or 3 times per week, to prevent potassium buildup. I've seen patients stabilize at this stage for years simply by adjusting quantity, not eliminating foods. At stage 4, the stakes are higher. Every bite counts. You must work under the supervision of your nephrologist, because even healthy foods can overload fragile kidneys if portions are too big. Bottled gourd soup becomes especially valuable here, since it hydrates gently without excess potassium. For seniors over 75, digestion slows, so softer textures matter. Mashed cauliflower, warm soups, and lightly sautéed peppers are easier on the stomach, ensuring nutrients get absorbed instead of wasted. Think of it this way: you wouldn't give the same workout routine to a young athlete and a recovering patient, right? Your kidneys deserve the same tailored approach. Adjusting by stage and age keeps healing steady and prevents setbacks. But even with the right foods and the right adjustments, there's one last piece of the puzzle. It's not just about science, it's about motivation, courage, and the belief that your kidneys can still fight back. And in this final message, I want to give you hope for the journey ahead. Remember this, your kidneys have been fighting for you every second of your life, filtering toxins, balancing minerals, and protecting your body without rest. Now it's your turn to fight for them. Even small, consistent changes like steaming cauliflower the right way or ending your day with a gentle bowl of bottled gourd soup can make a life-changing difference. If you found value in this video, save it so you can come back whenever you need a reminder. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because every week I'll share the latest medical insights and simple strategies to help you protect your kidneys and extend your healthy years. Your health journey doesn't end here. It grows stronger with knowledge. Above all, never lose hope. Even if your doctor has warned you about dialysis science and nature, prove that healing is still possible. With the right foods, the right preparation, and the right mindset, you can give your kidneys the tools to recover and reclaim a life of energy, freedom, and peace.